1, 2, 3. Hey-ah! Metal Mike coming at ya. What day is it? I'm going to try to nail it. It is July 20th, Wednesday, and it's about 10 after 9 a.m. here in the morning. I'm in the bunker. What am I doing in the bunker? Nothing yet. It's early morning, and I wanted to shoot a video for you because I've just been doing it so much lately. And, you know, I did some videos the other day. Todd came over, and we went out, and we did some junking. And what did we do? We simply loaded in the car, put about an hour in, drove over to St. Paul, and hit a couple alleys. Now, there was nothing exciting found, right? We're just repeating things that were already said in the last videos, but it's all about getting out there and simply hopping in your car when you can and going for a ride. Number one, you're going to clear your head. And it's always fun to get out there and drive. And they say that driving, they don't say, it's a proven fact, that driving as you get older keeps you on your toes. You say, well, how the hell could that be? It's no different than a caveman back in the day having to go out into the wilderness to find food and then to find his way home. So basically what it does is it keeps your mind kind of on point. Crazy, right? Driving keeps your mind on point. But it's something, if you don't do much of, it's something that you have to keep doing, because otherwise you can become stagnant and maybe you become a recluse and hold up and held away. So it's good to get out there, and it's good for the mind. You can listen to your music, and if you're a picker and a junker on specific days, now any day you can go out and drive and search the curb. And what are you doing? You're stretching your wings, you're getting out in the world, and you might find something on a curb. Now, obviously, those are far between, actually finding something, but it's literally just getting out there and putting in the legwork and doing that. And like I've stressed so many times before, 99.9% of the time you're not going to find anything. But it's that one extra day, that one day when you're not feeling it and you're like, I better go get in a car, that you're going to drive down the road and you're going to find an antique bike, or you're going to find a whole pile of stuff at the curb. Now, is that the way you want to get your stuff as a picker, collector, hoarder, scrapper, whatever the hell you fall under? Not necessarily. But basically, it's what I'm stating to you is just that initiative to get out there in the world and sticking your nose in it. Of course, you're going to find lots of shit, right? That's what we always find when we stick our noses and stuff. Shit, and it doesn't smell very well. But it will pay off. You will find a treasure. And remember, it's not necessarily just finding stuff on the curb. If you're a picker and you're a junker and you're a scrapper, there's very important things that I think that you should have. And that is, number one, a calling card. What is a calling card? A business card. That's just an old term for it. And a flyer. And if you're out and about, you're going to see a senior citizen in her yard, picking up some leaves. Stop, and non-threateningly, you hold the card out. Instead of saying, excuse me, ma'am, you hold the card so that is presented to them. That way it's not as intimidating. And you say, I'd like to give this to you. Now, sometimes they're even going to say, I don't want it. I heard that plenty of times. But 99.9%, one of my favorite sayings, they are going to take your flyer and your business card. And I must tell you that I used to do that constantly back in the day. Now, remember, when I always say back in the day, I'm retired, I don't do this anymore, you know, obviously I'm a collector for life. I've always been that, and I've always been a picker. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm a dealer, because I'm not. All I'm doing is upgrading my collection and shaking loose all the things I accumulated in years past. What I did starting in 2000, I guess I realistically did it to about 2009, is it began to taper off. I drove the alleys like Sanford and Son. I did estate cleanouts. I networked. I gave my flyer out. If there was an old lady in an alley, I stopped, I talked to her. Do you have any old junk you want to get rid of? Anything you want me to haul away? And I would give those flyers and business cards out. To this day, I still get calls. Someone that got my card 10, 15 years ago, or even a family member. Now, of course, nothing has been really lucrative from that, but the point is you're putting in that legwork. And it's very important for small business, because that's what you are. If you're a picker and you're a dealer, and that's what you fall under, you're a business. So what you want to do is you want to network, and putting that legwork in, and I'm rounding back to what I wanted to say, the flyer is one of the oldest things in America that we've done, going door to door and putting that flyer out. And it's putting in your legwork, and it pays off. As absurd as it sounds, get out of your car, get some flyers made, go door to door. Remember, you can't stick it in the mailbox. So what you want to do is either stick it in a railing, is obviously beautiful, or under the door handle, somewhere where they're going to spot it. At one time, I even bought plastic bags so I could just put it over the doorknob. And you might not get no calls, because I can't tell you how many times I did that, and I never got a call. But you know what? Maybe 2 years, 3 years from now, I might get one. And that's what I want to tell you to do today, is fucking get out there, man. Do it, you know. I'm here today. It's in Minnesota. We've got a heat wave hitting us that is going to be brutal. I think today is like 93 degrees, and it feels like 100 with the humidity. So I'm holding up in the bunker. But I went to the post office. I dropped a couple packages off this morning, so I've already accomplished one thing. Now I've accomplished two by doing this video for you. And what am I going to do the rest of the day? I was rolling with this somewhere. It's just getting that one thing done. But I did go cruise around. And I didn't find anything. But you never know. You know, of course. It's not only just things that you are a collector, you're going to find an antique on a curb. Well, let me tell you, it's out there, folks. You can run around to estate sales, garage sales, network, newspaper, Craigslist all day long. But when I used to drive the alleys, holy mackerel. Now, it wasn't frequent, but I was always able to find some bread and butter. What is bread and butter? If you got a shop and you're scraping by to get by, you always need to be upgrading your inventory, and you always want to have low prices, and you want to flush stuff out. Shout out to the Ballery Boys, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I always think of that TV show All the Way Back with Laurel and Hardy when I think of your name. Obviously, your high-end pieces, sit on them. He had made a comment a few videos back of mine that, you know, he didn't agree with selling the high-end stuff at a cheap price, and I have to back him on that. The reality of it is, back in the day when I worked alongside my stepfather, Colonel Gilbert Marty, in St. Paul, I sold lots of things, and I wish I had not. If I had kept the better and sold the bread and butter, which is just basically your shit, enough to pad your wallet so that you can keep hunting, put gas in the car, pay your rent, etc. That's what you want to do. Keep your prices firm on the good stuff. Of course, if you've got zero into it, take the money and run. It matters what it falls under. If it's something that's going to continue to go up in value each year, I would say stay firm. So we're jumping all over the place. We're in the bunker. I'm trying to motivate you. Why? Because I can't go out there today and find any treasure, and yet I'm still feeling it. So if I can put that feeling over to you, you go and fucking find it. Because you can. And it is out there. Remember, knock on effing wood. A lot of these antique dealers, old-timers and new guys, everyone wants to say, oh, it's drying up. Nobody can find anything. People are too reluctant. Bullshit. Bull to the U to the L to the L. S-H-I-T! Bullshit! Yep, I can spell. Just a little tiny bit. Never graduated high school, mind you. But I can still spell. And read. Can I pronounce everything? No. Can I get my feelings across every time? No. But I try, and that's what's great about life. But it is out there. Do not believe the naysayers. It is out there. This is the one field where you can literally go out and find it. You are an urban archaeologist. Go out and find that frickin' dinosaur, because it's there. Everyone, oh, this is rare. Let me tell you something. I've been in this business since I was a little boy, and I've seen just about anything and everything come on the market 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 times. So I know what's out there, and I know what's not. It is out there. It does show up. German helmets do show up. I found in a dumpster once an Africa Corps, I want to say it was an M43 hat, which is incredibly rare with a long bill. These things are out there, and let me tell you a little bit about that. When I found that hat, it was the dead of winter in a dumpster here in Columbia Heights. No, it was actually northeast Minneapolis, and I had gone to this dumper, and it was so effing cold that day. I mean, it was probably 20, 30 below zero. I remember that I didn't have gloves on, and literally my hands were freezing. But I filled my van with just amazing old treasures, because a senior had passed away. The house was being emptied into the dumpster. The house was empty. Nobody lived in it. The dumpster was at the edge of the alley, just how you want it. And I was in there and I loaded my van up and shit. My back hurt, my legs hurt, my fingers were frozen. And literally when you're climbing in and out of a dumpster, if you've never done it, when you're jumping out of a dumpster with your hands full like this, because that's what you have to do until you learn a technique. I used to actually take these big metal tubs, bathtubs, etc. You know, you see a lot of people use them for yard art. The old steel tubs. I used to keep about 4 of those in my van. And so I would throw that into the dumpster, and then I would just fill that, balance it on the edge. And a lot of times these dumpsters were sometimes 10, 15 feet tall. So I would hold that, and there was no way around it. I'd have to drop down with it in my arms and take all the weight on my knees. A lot of wear and tear. So I'm tired, I'm wore out, the van is full of treasures, I'm stoked. I've gone through this dumpster top to bottom, starting in one corner and filling behind me until I went through the whole thing and got every damn piece I could. Well, I get down and got everything kind of cleared, because as you do this, also, here's another trick when you find these situations. Make room in the dumpster, because half of the time it's just so pitifully thrown in there, it fills up the whole dumpster. So as I would do that, I would pack it in beautifully behind me, therefore opening up the dumpster. Also, here's the plus to that. When you go back to that house, you've filled it back. You've pushed it back and left an opening for them to fill in. Now when you go back, you know where they filled in. You know where to focus. You know where to attack. So I had done that, and all that remained was a bunch of junk spread across the bottom in this one section. And an old spring, full-size mattress spring from the early 1900s. So it was all springs, not even covered in fabric. And I looked down at it, and I was like, oh, jeez. My knees hurt. I remember it well. And I thought, shit, I'm done. Because I was exhausted. I had spent probably an hour in this damn thing. And I said to myself out loud, I'm done. I'm not going down in there. But a last fucking spurt of energy, I hopped in there, and I flipped up, and underneath there was that German hat. Oh, boy, do I wish I had that today. I went and I foolishly traded it to a guy years ago, not realizing the rarity and just how beautiful it was because it was out of the woodwork. Oh, so many things like that. But that's just that little extra effort. Don't get lazy. Push yourself just that little bit more sometimes. Keep hanging in there a little bit more. If you go to a garage sale and you see a guy walking out and he's got the coolest rad vintage toy and there's nothing else and you just missed it, you were this close. You're on the right track. Keep doing it. Don't feel deflated. Do not feel defeated. Get out there. Hey now! Even if you're not a picker. Let's motivate. Let's do one thing a day. You know, our society today, everything is we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do this. Try to slow it down, brother, sister. Keep your heart calm. 1 to 2 good things a day, and you have accomplished something. Don't beat yourself up. Get it done. And go after the most difficult thing as well. Utilize your time. Think about it. What is the most important? If you've got kids like me, you're always thinking, okay, what can I do when the kids are here compared to what can I do when they're not here? Always prioritize. My girlfriend said to me yesterday, she said, boy, I can't, when you're running around, I can't keep track of you. You're stopping what you're doing and doing another one. And I said to her, because I'm always thinking, I'm always prioritizing in my mind. I'm remembering, oh shit, this is a moment that I should take care of that, so I'll stop what I'm doing and go to this. And shit, I won't even halfway finish that. I'm already starting another project. I've always been like that. A loose cannon. But there's nothing better, there's nothing more I enjoy than speaking to you and motivating you to get out there and find it, because I can't today, and you can. So get out there, find it, show it to me, bring me your treasures, bring me your German helmets. What will I do? I'll trade you something for it, and I got a ton of cool shit. You better believe it. And guess what? I'm not going to just give you a bunch of stuff to fuck you over. I'm going to give you some stuff. I'm going to pad your little pile and make it worthwhile for you. Because a trade is a trade. I go back to trading all the way when I was a little boy. Mind you, I didn't end up collecting this kind of stuff by luck. Family was involved, obviously. My grandfather would take me to the junkyard when I was 5 years old, and I frickin' loved it. But necessity, I had nothing. We grew up, I lived by myself with my mom, single parent. There was no food in the refrigerator. There were no toys. I'd be lucky if I had a toy. I barely had clothes. I mean, it was rough. So that's how I would entertain myself. I would go out and find old record players, bring them home, fix them, throw them out. Frankenstein them together, and I was always doing that. And then that's how I got to this spot where I am today. And I just love it, you know. Hanging out, to me, organizing my collection, trying to make it easier to get to. You want to focus on that, especially if you're getting up in the years like me. I'm going on 49 years old in August, for Christ's sake. So I really have to focus on what I'm doing and keeping things disciplined. Not bringing in too much, such as, look at this frickin' thing I bought. How could I not buy this at a garage sale? I can't remember what I paid for it, $1 or $2, $3, but it's so frickin' corny. He's got the greatest frickin' hair you ever seen. And he talks like this, his damn mouth won't work, right? It's always something like that. I wish I could work him right now. I'd make him say something interesting for you. So get out there, find it. For me and this red-haired guy right here, he's a cinnamon, right? He's rare. So you gotta have him. Metal Mike in the bunker, sitting down, trying to hype you up, trying to motivate you. No matter what you do, hang in there, have a good day. Remember, life is short and it's heaven and hell, right? We're living it. You can have both. And some days are really hard and some days are beautiful. Just remember and hang in there for those beautiful days because, hey, life is too effing short. And this is an amazing time. And once we're gone, we are gone. But we got our treasures we can leave behind. Just make sure they're good treasures, right? Because at least then, I don't know. It won't really matter, will it? But, you know, it's fun to save this. You're saving history. You're having fun. You're living. Get out there. Find the treasure. Hey now! Spinning in circles. Vicious circle. That's what I do. I repeat myself. I go back. I never shut the F up because I'm alive and I can't. My heart is beating. I'm feeling it. And it's not fake. It's all pure. I'm a bundle of energy. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm like this. It happens. But why not try to motivate you? That's all I can do. A lot of this and that, right? We're all having fun. We're living. We're above ground. Hey now! On the right side of the grass. Hey now! Living another day. Hey now! Metal Mike with too many hey nows, but not enough time to shout one more? I think I do. Hey now! Yeah, I'm a fool. But so what? We're alive.